Okay, hello. In my last video, I mentioned that I was going to make another video to talk more specifically about changes in personality throughout transitioning. These are things that my girlfriend is really the only person that can talk about them because I don't really realize any personality changes until they're pointed out to me, and even then, I just don't know anything.
Okay.
This is Emily.
Hello. The first thing that I really noticed that had changed about Alex was his sensitivity level, or I don't know, lack thereof. I mean, it just kind of felt like one day, like I had finally come to terms with the transition, and I felt like I was fully supportive, and we'd been through the biggest changes already with him being 10 months on T already. But I didn't really understand that there were, emotional changes that came around with that. I guess I just only thought it was a physical thing, which, okay, I get that that's kind of, I don't know, superficial or an ignorant thought to have, but I mean, you don't know about this shit until you start to go through it yourself.
Yeah, that's why it's not a superficial or ignorant thought. I mean,
okay,
every experience is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, babe. So I started to notice that, like, I just felt like we weren't on the same page anymore, like in an emotional way. Like, I don't know. To him, I all of a sudden became extremely sensitive, and to me, he all of a sudden it felt to me like he just didn't care anymore about my emotional well-being in the relationship. And for a long time, I felt like he was just being an asshole, and there was no excuse, and I was mad, and like I don't know. It never occurred to me that this could be a product of the transition, and then I like went online and looked some stuff up and realized maybe I was taking the wrong approach to this, and I brought it up to you, but I still don't think that you really.
I mean, to be honest, at first I just ignored it because I knew that once I accepted the fact that yes, my personality is changing, it would just be a whole new can of worms that would open up, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So, yeah, at first I ignored it, and then I was forced to kind of take a second look and, you know, it sucks. It sucks, that the person that you've been in love with and shared so much of your life with and, had a deep relationship with thinks that you don't care about them. But it sucks even more to know that you're not even showing it anymore. You think that the minimum is the best you can do. Like the minimum effort is the best you can do, and you're gonna have to put in more effort. I mean, that's just the bottom line because, yeah, I'm insensitive now. Not 100%, but
No, I mean, and I don't want to put it in that much of a nutshell, like that it's all on you at all. And I talked to some of like my straight friends that are in relationships with men, just to kind of see, like, I didn't like disclose details or anything, but I just wanted to see what were considered masculine, I don't know, common male traits that would occur in a relationship, and like all of the things that I was like so mad at you about that all of a sudden had started happening and I didn't understand were things that these girls were like, I don't know, it wasn't that uncommon in the heterosexual relationships of the people that I talked to. So kind of made me feel better about the whole thing. And in a way, it kind of scared me because I didn't want to slip into this like heterosexual heteronormative relationship that I never wanted to be a part of. But
yeah, that's another thing we're going to talk about in this video is identities. You know, as your gender changes physically, the person you're in a relationship with, you know, they have to become acclimated. You know,
so
we'll go into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can kind of segue into that already, but to close this, I think that now that it's been brought to light, and at least we have an open communication about it, it's not going to be so, I don't know.
Sucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're also doing long distance relationship now.
Mm-hmm.
So that plays a big role.
That's a lot of strain and stress.
But anyway, to segue into this other topic, I just moved to Philadelphia, and I've been meeting people there, and like I've really started to struggle with how to identify Alex to people that I'm just meeting. And I know it seems obvious that I would refer to him as my boyfriend, but for me, like, as a feminine lesbian who's struggled for a long time not to be put into this straight girl box and is like finally comfortable and finally like settled in my orientation and like who I'm attracted to, when I would say that Alex is my boyfriend, I would automatically cut myself off from that identity from the beginning to these people that I'm just meeting. And while it is you know, outing Alex in the way that he should be, it's not, it's like pushing me back into the closet, kind of. And so, I don't know, I just feel like it's, you know, it's kind of unfair to me in a way to have to do that in situations where I'm meeting new people or I'm in a new city or I don't know. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean, and I think it's unfair. You know, I really do. But you know, Emily has my permission to disclose that I'm transitioning. You know, whenever she feels the need to do so. So that's also something that you need to discuss with your partner because, you know, if they're trying to go stealth and, you know, I'm just speaking like you're dating a female to male, you identify as a lesbian. I'm just going to keep it simple. If they're trying to go stealth and you disclose that they're transitioning, like, not only is that going to cause a rift in your relationship, but, I mean, well, yeah, it's just going to cause a rift in your relationship, and it's just, like, fucked up. Like, don't do that. But I just lost track of what I was going to say.
I think it's different for every couple. That just has to be a decision made, I don't know, throughout the course of your relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, the purpose of me giving Emily that permission is because I know that she identifies as a lesbian, and it may be a little more explanation on her behalf, but she can still hold true to her identity when she's making new friends. Like, you know.
It sounds so superficial in this context, but I mean, it does. I mean, it's important to me, just like it's important to Alex that we use, you know, male pronouns because that's who he is. So, and this is important to me, and I'm just like, it's just recently come to my attention, and, you know, I mean, it is what it is, kind of. I reserve the right to identify how I feel I identify.
No, you don't.
So, do we have anything else to talk about?
Yes, I want to show people this.
Okay.
So, Emily made me a Christmas present, and I just want to... Okay, it's a deck of cards, and it's 52 things I love about you, and number 21... The only reason I'm showing you this is for the anchor that she drew.
I'm not a good drawer.
This is an anchor, according to Emily. That's an anchor.
That's what an
I
anchor
think it
looks
looks.
like.
I think it's an anchor. I think it looks like a fish hook.
Oh, that's
It's the
sweet.
same thing,
That's
really.
sweet,
Okay, but is that my phone?
babe. I think it's my phone.
Okay, well that concludes our video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.